So as a leader, what was your toughest moment? What was the hardest thing for you to do as a leader, whether in college or not, and how'd you deal with it?
That's a really good question. There's so many different moments, but I think for me, taking those skills that I learned from football and
Mhm.
trying to translate them into running a business. After college, I started my business as a speaker, but I also worked at a financial firm because, you're 22 years old and you have to make an income to support yourself. So, when my business wasn't where it is now, I had to have a job, and I had to learn how to translate the lessons I learned from corporate, from football, how to lead others on a team setting so I could run my business, how I could deal with growing a business, how I could deal with employees, how I could deal with just that team. Because people like to say that, athletics translates to business or to, the life after sports. And it does in some scenarios. It taught me dedication, it taught me commitment, it taught me consistency, and teaches you leadership to an extent. But at the same time, you cannot just take any random D1 athlete and say, okay, cool, here's a business, run this team. Like, no, they're not going to know how to do that. And I think for me, it was a very steep learning curve in the beginning of how do you treat employees? How do you work with employees? What do you need to do? How do you delegate? And that was challenging in the beginning, not knowing what to do. And I'm still learning.